Hey guys, and welcome back to another makeup artist vlog. You guys probably never thought I'd utter those words again. This was kind of last minute, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is something that happened as a thought just like 5 minutes ago. I do want to preface this by saying that I did not get my bride's permission ahead of time to film. It is in, I believe, her aunt's house, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't want to be super invasive because it's not a public venue. Right now, I am trying to get all my stuff in order here. I have about 15 minutes before I'm supposed to leave. I already obviously have myself dressed and ready. I have just like a jacket from Amazon, and then these pants are from Amazon. I got these shoes from Amazon. We're just all Amazoned up today. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning and it's like 7:14 right now. I have to head out by 7:30 because I have to drive about an hour and 10 minutes to a city called Fremont, Indiana. I think I need to grab my light from my closet. Do not mind my messy closet. Like, this is where I keep all my clothes. In case you guys want to know what lighting system I have the Glamcore multimedia light. The bride is already pretty set on putting me upstairs, which means that I'm gonna have to drag my chair, my light, and a table possibly upstairs. Like, I usually set up in kitchens or dining rooms because it usually has like a large window. There's lots of like table space, obviously, because I'll take up the table. But I mean, I'll do whatever in general works best for the bridal party. Like, it doesn't faze me or anything. I feel like, what is going on here? I'm not awake enough for this. Let me go wait my chair, hold on. It's been a really long time since I had to bring everything with me. And also, for all you new makeup artists out there or makeup artists that are trying to make things more convenient for yourself, literally have everything with you for every single job unless you 100% know what the setup's going to be like. The only times I don't bring things with me is if I'm like going to a venue I've been to. Sorry, I'm like running around all over the place here. I had to export some footage earlier because I filmed a spa facial yesterday for my YouTube channel and also Instagram as well, because I'm trying to switch my content a little bit more and transition into more facial content to promote my spa services. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting like kind of discouraged because not many people have actually booked through my link. I think it's just because I've been so used to being a makeup artist for such a long time and having to not put forth effort in advertising in a while. People now reach out to me a few times a week without me having to do anything. And I'm so grateful for the fact that I have a really steady clientele. I have a lot of repeat clients that come to me for special events. And then I have obviously weddings. The moral of the story is though, I am just not used to having to push out and promote my services. People don't know me for facials and know me for aesthetic services, and Instagram's algorithm I've completely screwed up now. I don't think the Instagram algorithm knows quite where to put me right now. And I don't want to separate the pages, like I really don't, just because people know me as like Julie Marie Artistry, and so I don't want to separate the pages and have to restart all over again. Also, this is a side note why we charge travel fees, because like I'm so tired of just like dragging everything around here. Oh. I haven't brought my chair around for so long and I forgot how to put it up my back seat. Why am I such an idiot? Oh my gosh. Okay, got some green juice and peanut butter crackers. This one's like green, but I do have ones that have like pineapple and mangoes inside of them, but this one's like celery, cucumber, spinach, romaine, like normal green juice stuff, so I don't know, this might be disgusting, who knows, I haven't tried it before. I just realized that I didn't pick up the right one. I hate this feeling that I'm forgetting something for some reason, and I don't know what it is, but hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. Because yeah, I have the bride's contract in here for the consultation form, I have all the touch-up kits. I don't know. I have enough gas, we're good. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm probably not missing anything and I'm just being an insane person, because that definitely makes sense too. At least I'm not driving in the complete darkness. I have something exciting happening this weekend. My uncle and his girlfriend are coming from California to come visit my mom and I. We haven't seen them since my wedding in 2020. So it's been 4 years now since we've seen them. And that's actually what I'm doing after I leave the wedding. Like, I'm going straight to my mom's house because my mom's house is only like 20 minutes to a half hour away from her house. I think I'm just gonna go directly to my mom's house and then hang out there for a few hours before their flight comes in. That's about it. I'll talk to you guys when I get there. So funny story, I wasn't going to be vlogging anymore until I got there, but my ass just got pulled over. So there's that. Yeah, I did not realize at all that the speed limit changed. Like I was jamming to the Backstreet Boys and it changed from 55 to 40 and I passed the sheriff and I was like, damn it. He came over with a smile though. I'm like, okay, cool. At least like he's nice and he's not a female cop. I mean, just be nice to him if you get pulled over. Like I am like the most apologetic person and he's like, yeah, do you know how fast you're going? I was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was going like 50 something. He's like, I got you going 52. I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, I'm so sorry. I really did not see it. And then he asked me where I was going and I said I was going to a wedding. I'm a makeup artist. He asked me where it was and I said, oh, it's in Fremont. It's not too far away. I'm following a GPS. I'm not exactly sure where it is. And clearly like he could see that I had it up. Like I was like 16 minutes away from it. I gave him my license and registration and I was like, yep. I was like, just renewed the registration. And I mean, I don't have anything on my license. Came back and he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm just gonna give you a warning. I'm like, okay, cool. It was like a written warning, I think. So I mean, it's still, I think, going to be on my license, but yeah. So I just gotta be careful now from now on. It's fine. But now I'll have a story to tell my family later. So I called my husband right after that though, and my husband is seriously so pissed because the last time I got pulled over for speeding and he was in the car with me. And it was when I had my other car. I went like 65 miles per hour in like a 45 zone. And I'm so shocked that I did not get a ticket for that. Like I am so shocked because I definitely should have and I was expecting it. It was just like a verbal warning at that point in time. He didn't even give me like a piece of paper or anything. My husband's like, you totally lucked out. You should have gotten a ticket. And I'm like, I know. And then this one I called my husband and the very first thing he asked me, he's like, did you get a ticket? I'm like, no. I was like, I just got a warning. And he's like, oh my God. He's like, I'm gonna literally kill you. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, I do need to watch it, like for real. I do have a lead foot, so I need to definitely slow down a little bit. I have always been afraid this would happen to me going to a wedding, honestly. But luckily it didn't like make me late or anything, because that's like the one thing that I worry about is if it'll run me super behind or something like that. But it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be on time. I'm like 7 minutes away. So anyways, yeah. I'll talk to you guys when I get to the wedding. Okay, I'm at the house right now. Such a beautiful property, but I gotta go back to my car to go grab my table and my chair too. So I think when I leave, I might have to pull up front and just like load all my stuff up and leave, because I don't think I want to make a couple of trips back after I'm done.
I see it in your eyes. Yeah, I can read the signs. You need to get away. It's time we make a change. Oh, you know you'll always have me. Baby, I will always stay with you. So put your trust in me. We'll work it out, you'll see. If we get in a car and drive someplace far, yeah, we could go for a ride. The two of us, we don't have to stop. Baby, let's go for a ride. You and I, let us run away. We can go where we want.
Oh my gosh, the wedding went so well, you guys. Like, I'm so freaking excited. I'm just so tired because I had to lug my stuff like all the way up this driveway into the upstairs of the house. I'm like struggling, but it's fine. Going to be headed to my mom's house now. I'm just gonna call her.
May have you make your own lunch, but
that's fine.
But
I appreciate you providing it for your daughter that never eats.
I know you don't, and you know where to find me. I'm not sure how you're coming from.
I'm in Fremont right now. I'm not sure where exactly.
But I can't think of what roads are up there.
I don't know.
I'll see you, and then you can have some lunch.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Wedding went amazing. Everybody was so freaking sweet. Oh my goodness. Like the bride, her bridal party. I mean, like the bride's super sweet anyway, so I had a feeling that her bridesmaids would be too. And then I actually ended up adding on her mom for the very last application, and I ended up bringing that extra touch-up kit, so it ended up working. Anyways, yep, that's about it. So I will talk to you guys a little bit later when I'm home. Good morning. Sorry, the light is coming in really weird. I don't know how to position this. Like, is that better? I have no idea. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm getting on socks right now, and clearly I have my scrubs on because I am doing a crystal healing facial this morning. For those of you that don't know, I am actually incorporating energy healing into one of my facials, which is the crystal healing facial. I know that the other couple of vlogs I've uploaded have been esthetician based, but I don't want this one to be all esthetician based. That's why I wanted to include my wedding in there at least, so you guys can get like a true look at what my life actually looks like nowadays. Right now I'm getting all my towels ready. It's about an hour before my client shows up, but I just like to be super prepared because I am a newer esthetician, so it takes me like a little bit more time to get things ready. But yeah, I need to get 8 towels ready because I usually do a couple on the chest as I go along, like separate towels for the chest. During the crystal healing facial, the client actually wanted to add on dermaplaning, which I've never dermaplaned her before. However, her skin's super resilient, so I'm not worried about it at all. And I know you guys were really looking forward to me cleaning out my makeup kit. And I promise it's coming later. It's just not going to be until later today because my family from California is still in town. They're leaving tomorrow after I got to change really quickly out of the scrubs and then go meet my family in Shipshewana, Indiana, which is Amish country. I have all my stuff set up and ready to go. So I did want to show you guys what my room looks like. I know that a lot of you guys have probably seen this if you've been on my channel for the last couple of months, I would say. I just got this new blanket yesterday. I'm so excited about it because it's super soft. I have one like it. It's just in a tan color to match the rest of my room. But since it is fall now, I wanted to go ahead and get like an autumn themed kind of blanket and just to make the aesthetic a little bit different. I think it's always fun too to like change up the themes. When it comes to like December, I think I'm going to switch it up to like a green one here just so it still goes with like the greenery inside of here, but it's still like Christmassy and holiday and everything. So then you come over here and this is like the checkout station. Don't mind my laptop. I was just watching some YouTube videos. But yeah, this is my fall themed little checkout station I have. Then I also did make these things on Canva. Like I made them myself. And they are just like aftercare cards for dermaplaning. Since I'm adding on the dermaplaning onto this client, I do want to make sure she has one of these because I don't know if she's ever been dermaplaned by anybody before. I actually got out all of my supplies ahead of time. I usually do this based on people's intake forms. I have also been seeing this client for the last 9 months, so I know what products work on her skin. This is the dermaplane handle. This is the dermaplane blade that is by Dermaplane Pro. It's the 10D dermaplaning. I just like the fact that it's rounded on the tip. The only thing you pretty much cannot do with dermaplaning is you can't do a facial massage because that's like a little bit too stimulating for people afterwards. So instead of that though, I'll probably just do a double mask. That way I can do still like a nice shoulder massage for the person, and then the second mask will be like the energy healing stage, which I kind of like to end with. I'll put crystals on people throughout the whole thing, but it's mainly like starting with the massage portion and then kind of going through. So I have like a crystal singing bowl for your heart chakra, and then there's the Tibetan singing bowl right there. So I do incorporate sound therapy in with the healing session, and that also charges like the crystals too just by the sound waves. So it actually is a really, really tranquil and almost like you're getting transported to a different world sort of feeling. These are the crystals that we picked out for her. She's getting married on Saturday, and actually what's really funny is she's actually one of the facials that I had in my last vlog. That was a month ago that I filmed that. So now we're a month forward and this is what's happening, but same person. So yeah, I picked out crystals based on what I think she's going to be feeling. So I wanted to focus on stress, positivity, getting any of those negative emotions gone. And then I'm also going to be using my new light that I have. This is the Cosmo Glow light. Very expensive light, by the way, but it works really well, goes super bright, and I love that it's the half moon shape, so when you put it over this, you can see like 360 around your client, and it's really good for dermaplaning. That's about it, so I will go ahead and just talk to you guys a little bit later. Okay guys, I just finished with the crystal facial, and we actually ended up not being able to dermaplane her because she actually is getting her brows waxed tomorrow, which I noticed that hadn't been done yet. And so I was like, okay, are you planning on waxing anytime soon? She's like, yeah, I'm actually doing it tomorrow. So since dermaplaning is a method of exfoliation, I can't do the dermaplaning this close to doing brow waxing. Like they would have to be probably at least like 3 to 4 days apart from each other. Otherwise, you could tend to lift people's brows, and I don't want to do that to her on her wedding day. So I did an enzyme exfoliation, but I went completely around like the top of her brows. So her waxing person is going to be completely fine, like waxing her brows and everything. And I told her to tell her that too. It's just kind of like nice to go to professionals like that though, because they can tell you whether or not things are going to be contraindicated or not able to be performed because of another service being done. And I'm so glad that I thought of that and didn't just like go ahead and dermaplane her. Like, I'm glad that I realized that in my head. I'm pretty happy with myself. Like, I'm like legitimately getting to the point where the services are finally starting to make sense to me and things are starting to click a little bit and I kind of know what to watch out for and everything, so that's kind of nice. I'm going to go ahead and start just turning off everything. I'm not going to clean myself up whatsoever because it's 11:30. The client thought that our appointment was at 10:30 and not 10, so at like 10:08 or 10:07 or whenever I texted her was, because I was like, hey, you still coming for your facial? And she's usually like very on time, so that's why I was like, okay, just making sure nothing happened to you. So she came in like kind of stressed and I was like, nope. I was like, you're fine, you're all good. It just took me like a little bit longer, obviously, and then I gave her like an extra massage and stuff like that too. That was definitely on me. But it is 11:30 right now. It takes about 45 minutes for me to get to Shipshawana. So I gotta get changed really quickly. Hey guys, I am back home now. It is 8:45 at night. Yes, there's quite a big gap that is happening right now. I actually ended up getting home a lot later than I thought I was going to because, fun fact, I got stuck on the interstate in a really giant accident that happened. There was like 3 people that were critically injured and then 1 motorcycle fatality, which I'm seriously, like, I always hate seeing them. I hate thinking about it, like, it's awful, and it happened in the most like horrific way possible. From what I got from the news articles is that a semi was going southbound on the interstate, which is the direction that I was going, and lost a tire. Like, a whole semi lost a tire. It traveled across the median into the northbound lane and then hit a motorcycle, or the motorcycle swerved to avoid it or something like that, and then the motorcyclist ended up unfortunately dying at that point. After that, there was like 3 other cars that happened to get in an accident after that. I don't know if they swerved to like avoid the tire or if they were just watching the motorcyclist or something and then they ended up getting in an accident, but they happened pretty consecutively after each other. That whole entire situation was a mess. Like, I was on the interstate for about 30-40 minutes, something like that, in a basically almost complete dead standstill. Like, I think we were going about 4 miles per hour. All of a sudden, I came up to a whole bunch of vehicles that were on the road and emergency services. There was stuff like all in the middle of the median. I couldn't even tell if it was a car or a motorcycle or what was going on. There was tires all over the place. Like, it was a hot mess. And immediately when I looked at it, I was like, somebody definitely passed away because it was a lot going on. And it definitely makes my heart break every single time I see something like that. What was even crazier though is that my husband was on the interstate about 3 hours prior to that. He probably, no joke, was within 10 seconds of that accident happening. He said he saw a handful of cars pull off in front of him. So I don't know if like it happened and he just like missed it or something. But yeah, that had been backed up for the last 3 hours prior to when I hit it. And I didn't catch the news article that basically said to avoid this exit to this exit on the southbound lane, and they completely closed off the northbound lane. After I got home, I responded to all of my emails and inquiries, DMs, etc. I posted about my new podcast episode that went up. It's actually the one titled 60K in Debt, Hitting Rock Bottom and the Journey to Financial Freedom. I think that's what I titled it. It was a really long title, but it was basically me talking about my financial history and my relationship with money, where I was and how I hit rock bottom at one point in time and how I'm slowly getting out of it. So if you guys missed that episode, go ahead and check it out. I do have a video version on the Unfiltered Artists playlist on my YouTube channel, but if you want to listen to it as a normal podcast, it is up on Spotify and also Apple Podcasts as well. So you guys are definitely going to hate me, but I'm like so tired for the day that I am going to have to probably push this one more day. So in the morning, I can do makeup kit content. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. You guys are probably going to hate me because it's like, oh my god, like we literally stayed this entire time for makeup kit content. And I'm so sorry. But at least I gave you wedding content first, right? Comment the word skincare if you guys are still here with me right now. I want to just see how many people are still watching at this point because I know this vlog's probably a little bit longer. The hair's going up, which means it's getting serious. Using this Kenra volume spray here. just to tame like a little bit of flyaways going on. Okay, there we go. Hello guys, and welcome back to a new day. It's actually like 4 o'clock. Yeah, around 4 o'clock in the evening. It is a beautiful sunny day outside. I have spent a lot of the day just hanging outside. I did have a facial appointment that was supposed to happen this morning, but my client woke up with a little bit of sinus pressure and she was sneezing all day. Like, I'm 99.9% sure it's just allergies, but I always like to be overly cautious of any sicknesses or germs being spread around and bacteria, because I do not want to get any of my clients sick. I have 2 weddings this weekend and I just cannot afford to get any of that bridal party sick and also ruin somebody's honeymoon. But yeah, just in case it's like not allergies for some reason, I just don't want anybody here in my space. I just told the person that we would reschedule, and we were scheduled for next week. So it ended up working out, which means that I had an entire day to myself. Oh my gosh, guys, was my shoulder bad. So I'm not sure if I told you guys this or not, but I did have the pleasure of carrying my whole entire table that's foldable that I keep in my trunk for emergency purposes. I had to carry it from where the cars were parked on this property all the way upstairs. Yeah, I was carrying my light, my table, my chair, makeup kit, brush belt, obviously all the above. Like every single accessory that I have as a makeup artist, I had that day and I carried with me up those stairs and across the field. So yeah, your girl's shoulder was like super badly hurting by the end of it. Like I drove home and I could feel like just a golf ball sized knot that was chilling right over here on my shoulder and in between my shoulder blades. But I didn't realize it was that bad. So I ended up going to my massage appointment today. And by some freaking miracle, my massage therapist was able to get out the knot. Not completely, but she did break it up a lot to the point where it's not hurting me anymore. And I am so excited about it. So I still have not cleaned my makeup kit or my brushes or anything from the wedding. Wanted to announce really quickly that I actually did end up purchasing new foundations for my kit and then restocking on some old ones, because I have 2 different foundations that are expiring out of my kit. One of them did expire and I haven't been using them on people because of that reason. But then there's another one inside of here that I just had to restock colors. I decided to add a couple more colors to the stockpile here. So this is what the kit currently looks like here. Let me stand up for a minute. These are all the foundations that I have right now, and I really need to go through all of these almost. These 2 rows right here are my NARS foundations. I have the light reflecting foundation that is right here. I know I've heard people say that you shouldn't depot the light reflecting foundations because the formula changes once you depot them. Something about transferring them from like the glass jar that they're in to the plastic containers changes the formulation, and I do agree. It's not horrible. Like it definitely changes it to almost like a thicker consistency, but it's not unbearable. It doesn't make it sit weird on the skin or anything, so I just kind of am rolling with it. Plus, I would rather save my back and not have a whole bunch of glass jars going on. I'm literally only depotting my foundations anymore. I don't depot anything else, but this is the original packaging that they come in, just like a glass packaging, and then you're supposed to shake them pretty well. So I am putting in the shades Oslo, which is more of a cooler pink undertone, and then Punjab. It's more of like that olivey kind of undertone. I just think it's a really nice one to have. And then this is the other super light one called Siberia, and it's basically the same lightness as Oslo, but just a yellow undertone. Like you can literally see the difference between them. Like the one on the bottom's pink and then one on the top is yellow. I did have to totally replace the Face Atelier foundation. And then these are all the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundations that have now been discontinued, and it makes me very sad. So I've been trying to search for a sheer coverage foundation that has a glowy finish to it for the longest time. What I ended up settling on was the MAC Studio Radiance foundations. I have not had MAC foundations in my kit for such a long time. It is the face and body, but just like a radiant version of it, I guess. Or maybe it's the same thing. They just reformulated a little bit. I always loved the face and body in my kit. I used to have the original one when I first started as a makeup artist because I used to work for MAC, so I collected a whole bunch of MAC foundations at the time. I had the face and body, and then I also had the Studio Fix Fluid foundation too. All of their foundations are silicone based, and all the ones that I carry inside of my kit are silicone based, so that means that the formulations, if I mix any of them together, will go together. That is what I'm currently working on putting in my kit. I probably will not include this in my video because I'm seriously going to spend so much time emptying out these containers. I should have just bought new containers so I don't have to like spend time emptying out some of these. This entire 2 rows right here has to be emptied, and it's a real pain trying to get those all out of there, and I have to get them completely clean so I don't cross contaminate. All I do with these is I literally just sit there and pour them into the containers. It's not like super complicated or anything. And then same with the NARS foundations, same thing. I'm just going to pump them and pour them into the containers. Okay, sorry that was like super talky, but I wanted to mainly explain to you guys what my method is as far as buying foundations and also choosing the colors, because that's literally a question that I get so often. I'm going to go ahead and actually clean my kit. I am not going to be really explaining what I'm doing because I have made a couple of different videos on my channel now going over how you sanitize things, the proper way to do it, what you need for it. So I will go ahead and just link the video up here. I'm most likely going to be just linking my holiday video that I made because that one's like the most updated out of all of them. I think I probably need to do like an actual updated one, but here we are. Pretty much the only thing you really need to know about kit sanitation is that you can spray down powders, like any powder thing. So like powder foundations, powder eyeshadows, powder bronzers, powder blushes, anything that's a powder, you can spray down with 70% alcohol. 70% is what you want to have because of its dry down time and also the concentration of it. You cannot get higher or lower than it. Like 70% is what you want to have, and it's just isopropyl alcohol. I get it from like the drugstore. All of your cream products have to be scooped out, and this is again like a blanket term. Anything that is a cream consistency, depot it. So that's cream eyeliners, cream bronzers, cream blushes, cream foundations, anything that comes in a pan or a palette, depot it onto a palette and then spray the palette down with alcohol, and that's what you want to do each and every single time, and that's how you prevent cross-contamination. Any of your pencils, you shouldn't be using gel pencils because gels are creams essentially, and you can't actually sanitize those, so you shouldn't be using like gel eyeliners or anything on people. Liquid eyeliners are a no-no because they're felt and they harbor bacteria, so any of your pencils should be actual pencils that you can sharpen, and I'm not just talking like the sharpenable gel twist up pencils. Like you have to be able to physically sharpen it with an actual pencil sharpener. And that's how you know that they're sanitary enough to be used on people. So with the pencils, you spray them down with alcohol, you sharpen them, and then you respray them, let them dry, and then they're sanitized. But as far as like kit sanitation, that's pretty much what you want to look for. But again, I will link an in-depth video up here above if you want like a visual over everything. And then right now, I'm just going to be putting some chill music in the background and do a time lapse, and that's what we're gonna do.
From my window, sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing. You don't know how much I want you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon, Kenny G saxophone. We'll order in a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all four-way baritone. Shut the lights, go infrared. We can spend all day in bed.
Okay guys, that is about it for right now. I think I'm going to save the foundations for probably tomorrow or the next day, whenever I feel like I want to tackle it, because I'm going to be heavily procrastinating for a while. It's going to take a lot of hours and a lot of work to depot those. Good morning, guys. I was not planning on filming for another day. I actually just finished with a bridal preview. I totally should have filmed my setup, but I completely forgot until now. I like literally was not planning on filming, but I wanted to show you guys kind of like what my setup is and what my consultation process kind of is when I do bridal previews. First of all, always love when my brides bring me coffee, brown sugar shaken espresso with oat milk. There's like white mocha in here too. It's so good. But my bride was so sweet, and she offered to go get me coffee on the way here, which I loved. And she's such a sweet individual, like, oh my goodness. And so gorgeous, by the way. Like, I don't know how I keep getting lucky with all these like super gorgeous brides, but let me go ahead and insert what the preview turned out like. I loved how it turned out. I'm just really hoping that my bride actually loved it too, because she was kind of like a more indecisive person, which is completely fine. It's just that she never really wears that much makeup on herself, and so she almost just didn't know like which direction to go with it. I will follow up with her tomorrow just to like double check to see if she liked everything, if it held up okay. I have my bride's contract right here. I just can't show you it because it has all of her personal information on it. I wanted to show you guys the setup really quickly. Okay, so this is what my setup looks like. If you guys have been on my channel before, you'll probably know this is how I usually do it. This is all the stuff that I currently used on her. Obviously still have to clean up my palette. Besides that though, all we're gonna be doing now is printing out a consultation sheet for everything. If you are a makeup artist that does weddings, I would highly recommend using something to write down notes after you're done with the previews, so you can have that to fill out afterwards, because if you do previews, especially like a year in advance or something, there's no way you're actually memorizing what products that you used on them. Sorry, all my stuff is like literally in my husband's room. Don't mind the love made out of guns over there. His room is the one that's like the actual office, so he has like his gaming setup over here with the 2 different monitors and then the printers in here, so I gotta be in here too. I do, by the way, sell all of my templates that I use in my own business on my shopjulieruby.com website, in case anybody's interested. So this is the website. As I said, it's just shopjulieruby.com. That's the website address. And then this is what it looks like. It just has like a little introduction about me, which is so outdated, by the way. Like, I literally made this thing in like 2022 or something. So it's about a couple years old now. But if you go on to templates, I do sell, sorry, my screen protector is like making the screen look weird, but this is the 4 different templates that I sell. So I have my accounting template, which is going to keep track of your expenses and your income, also your mileage if you want to track that too. Then this is the bridal consultation sheet. This is actually what I'm going to be printing out now. And then I also have the bridal contract template, which has probably been the most popular one. And this pretty much takes the guesswork out of you figuring out what clauses to insert, how the wording's supposed to go, and then it also keeps track of your client's personal information as well. And then I do have this one, which is the inventory and expiry date template. There's honestly not a lot of people that have taken advantage of this, but it's really cool because it, first of all, it keeps track of your inventory in your makeup kit and tells you when things expire. Yes, makeup expires. Yes, skincare expires. You do need to keep track of all those dates. So this actually keeps track of it for you. You do have to manually input it. So green basically means it's good, and then red means it's expired. Yellow means you have about 30 days to replace it. And it automatically will color code for you because that's how it's coded inside of the software. This one is a really good thing to take advantage of. I've seen makeup artists have some makeup products in their kits for like 4 years. And how I know that's a thing is because they have a item in their kit that was a limited edition product and they still have it 4 years later. Make sure you are keeping track and replacing your stuff. As long as you have a Google account, which most people do, then all you have to do is just open this. It's going to have this warning here that to use this template, you have to make a copy and then work from the copy. So all you have to do is go to File, Make a Copy, and then it's going to save it as like copy of whatever, and then you're just going to click on that copy, delete the original, and then work from the copy. That way you don't alter like the original. For the consultation sheet, I have this. It's just laid out in categories. So you put the client's name on top and then all of the categories. There is even a face chart that I put in here too, in case you guys just really want to like make a face chart. I think they're kind of fun every once in a while, but I'm going to print this out. I'm just going to be sitting over in the corner, and my dog is going to be bothering me the whole time because she's needy. Oh, hi. Hi, baby. I know. You really want to play, don't you? Yeah, that's what I thought. Just filling out this consultation sheet, as I said. So basically the client's name is going to go on top here, and then you got skincare, eyes and brows, foundation, concealer, face, lips, any allergies, notes, and then about the bride. So this is a really important section about the bride. Anything she tells me is like personal information about herself, either how her fiance and her met, maybe if they have any kids, what their profession is, anything about them really. Put it here so then you have a topic of conversation and also can memorize like who's who when you go into like the actual wedding day. And it just makes it like a little bit more personal. After I'm done with this, I will need to take a trip to Sephora because I gotta go get eye gels for all the weddings that I have this weekend. I'm gonna stop using up my camera battery. Okay, let's head to Sephora. The weather is like 72 degrees and sunny today. I love having fall weather. The only thing I don't like about fall is that it means spiders, and it also means that winter is coming. I love the winter environment, don't get me wrong, but I hate being cold. Like, I cannot stand it. So if I could watch like the snowfall and Christmas atmosphere from the comfort of my own home, I'm all about that. But like when it comes to waking up really freaking early for weddings and stuff in the morning and it's dark outside and it's cold, oh my god, I'm not about that life. That leads me into a different topic. So if you're a makeup artist, let me know if people have been booking you super freaking last minute for things this year. I don't know if it's just area specific, but oh my god, like people have been booking weddings so last minute. Usually my books are completely full for December and I have one. So I'm not sure what's going on. Comment down below if you guys are a makeup artist or even a hairstylist or something and people have been booking you super last minute. I guess I wouldn't be totally upset because I do still have esthetician services to keep me busy, and then I do plan on doing the little thing that I did a couple of years back before I started esthetician school, which is the 25 days of Kitmas. 25 days of Kitmas, in case you guys are not familiar with it, I did it in 2022. I couldn't do it last year because I was in esthetician school and it would have been a lot for me to try to keep up the whole time. But basically what I did is I uploaded a makeup kit related video for all 25 days leading up to Christmas. And that's pretty much what I ended up doing. And I got a really positive amount of feedback from that series, and I'm going to try to continue it every single year. So yeah, besides the appointment this morning, I do have one this afternoon. It's not until 4:30 though. It's about noon right now. So I don't have like a ton of time, but I'm heading to Sephora because I do need to grab eye gels. And then I just realized that I'm out of one of my cream bronzers too. But I definitely need to buy eye gels because that is on the top of my priority list. I'm kind of panicking a little bit. Sephora did not even have a singular Shiseido eye gel. So I'm going to Ulta. It's like literally right around the corner, but right now I'm organizing my cash because I threw everything into here at one point in time and now I don't know where anything is. So I think because I'm closer, I'm gonna get Panda Express really quickly and then go check Ulta and then see if they have that and then head back home and then go eat my panda because I'm hungry. Okay, great news. Ulta did have my eye gels, so they're not getting discontinued because that's literally what happens to me all the time. I will do a little haul once I get home. I just didn't want to sit in the parking lot with my food in here just marinating. I need to like go home and eat, honestly. It's like 12:30 right now, so the errands didn't take that long. They took like a half hour. Okay, I'm clearly home. I'm going to do a really quick haul for you guys. I didn't really get much though. So I just got the Shiseido Benefiance eye gels. They just come in like little packages like this, and then they're individually wrapped eye gels. And then I also have more of my Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Toner. This thing has literally been a staple in my kit for probably the last 6 years of me being a makeup artist. Like I discovered it in my first year of being a makeup artist and I was like hooked at that point in time. I also Got the cream bronzer that I was looking for. I'm hoping that this is the right one. And then I also got one of the House Labs blushes because this was the only other one that I wanted that I was missing so far. It's called French Rosette. It's like a deep peach kind of color. That was it. I really didn't have that much, guys. So yeah, it's about 12:45, so I'm going to go ahead and chow down on some Panda Express. I got a Panda bowl with chow mein and orange chicken. Ugh, so good. It smells so delightful. And then I got an order of spring rolls. I'm finally getting around to cleaning up myself from the bridal preview, by the way, that ended 3 hours ago. And I'm just cleaning my brushes. A bunch of you guys always want to know how I clean my brushes or what I used to clean them. And I'm seriously such a DIYer when it comes to that. So here's how I do it. Ready? Dawn dish soap, olive oil. I get like a super inexpensive one. And I do about an 80-20 ratio. So I'm gonna fill this guy up because there's a lot of brushes going on. And then I'm just putting about that much of olive oil in there. And then that is it. Yeah, so the soap inside of there obviously cleans the brushes really well. If it's good for baby ducks, it is good for brushes. So that's my logic in that. And then I always add the olive oil because if you don't add the olive oil, then it tends to dry out your brushes a little bit too much. What I do next is I grab some towels. I will go ahead and fold them lengthwise like this. And then I'm just sticking them right behind the sink here. Dry mine with them leaning against the wall facing down just so the water doesn't collect in the ferrule of the brush right here and loosen up any of the glue. That way your brushes don't shed as much, and then they also dry a lot quicker because the water is draining out of them instead of just staying inside of them. And the brush washing is honestly pretty simple. It's really not that bad at all. All I do is just swirl each brush inside of the soap olive oil concoction, rinse it a couple of times, make sure it runs clean, and then I just prop it up. My shirt is officially back on and I have about 15 minutes until my client shows up. Right now I am actually folding laundry because I literally left laundry in the dryer yesterday all night and then forgot about it for all today. So now I'm doing that really quickly. Then I need to light some candles for the entryway in my room. Should have started the candles a while ago, but I forgot about it. How do I always go from having a lot of time to not enough time? Like, I don't understand how this happens. Also, if you guys want a really cool lighter, I have this like little electronic one. You push the button on the end and then it has like electric sparks that light the candles for you, which is kind of cool. And then this one is a Yankee Candle one. I ran out of the wood candles, but it's vanilla creme brulee and it smells so good. I actually got it as a gift from one of my bosses in my old office job. And I got it probably about like 2 years ago and I've totally forgot about it. But then I have a woodwick candle that's a fall scent for the entryway. This is one of the 3 scent ones. I have apple basket, spiced blackberry, and pumpkin butter. And I have not lit this yet, but I'm sure it'll smell really amazing. Because the scent that I had here this morning actually ran out already. It was an old Hallmark candle that I used to have and it was very, very strong. Like, it smelled heavily like cinnamon and it was a little bit too strong for my liking. I don't want to give people headaches whenever they come in here. Okay, I totally forgot that I forgot to put together a touch-up kit. I feel like I'm losing it a little bit. So we're just gonna assemble that really freaking quick. But all I really put in the special event touch-up kits are oil blotting sheets, a couple of those. I got these off of Amazon. I always put some business cards in there. I just stick it right behind. And then I have some little mints inside of there, the lip touch-ups, which I get little lip samplers from Amazon, and then the Neutrogena makeup remover wipes. I always get the fragrance-free ones, and then that is what the kit is. This is also the same kits I give to bridesmaids too. Oh, and then I also have Q-tips in here too. The brides, the only difference is I add usually a powder sample, and then I also add powder puffs to go with it, and then I also add lash glue inside of there too. I pretty much have everything set up already, so the only thing that I really have to do is get out the spatula palette again. I did clean all these in between, and then I get out the tools that I have. So my lash applicator, scissors, and also the lash glue. And then I'm gonna replace the bag for my trash can. I usually use dog poo bags for it. And then it sits right in this little brush container from Makeup Forever. I'll get out my skincare pouch again. I almost set it upside down. Setting spray, fan. That is the setup. Also, if you guys want to see an in-depth version of what I have inside of my makeup kit, I did upload a full in-depth freelance makeup kit video for this year. I uploaded it probably about a couple of months ago, I want to say. So I will talk to you guys after I'm done. Alright guys, I am done with the makeup appointment and I literally forgot to take photos or videos. I don't think I explained this to you guys, but she actually is a client that I had for a wedding in 2021, I think, because it was like right after I got my eyebrows microbladed, and I remember my brows were a little bit too heavy looking that day because they were still starting to peel. So yeah, I think it was in 2021 that her wedding was. And she was actually in September, so her anniversary just happened. But yeah, she's like such a sweet person. She's kind of happy with like whatever I do. But yeah, she kind of gave me a reference picture, and it was like this huge black and brown like smoky eye. I mean, as in like an all matte sort of situation. And then I added a little bit of inner corner shimmer, and then just did like a full coverage on her face and everything. And it turned out really good. And then I ended up mixing this like, I don't know if you can see it, like this berry color right here. It's kind of like a mid-tone berry color. It's a color from MAC, and it's so pretty. I've been putting it on a lot of my brides that want like a little bit of a deeper nude color, but not like overly vampy, and it's so pretty, especially on like tanner complexions. It looked a little bit darker on her, which is what she wanted because she was a little bit fairer, but it ended up being really good, and she was super happy with everything. And then I actually got hired by her not this Saturday, but the next Saturday for an enchanted ball that she's going to, so I'm pretty excited. But she's doing this photo shoot in a cemetery as like a death to her 20s sort of situation because she's turning 30 in December, and I think that's such a cool idea. That's about it though for this vlog. If you did like the video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up, as well as also subscribing down to my channel if you guys have not already. And as always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.